All right, we are on to cycle 3. While we're reading this section, I want you to be on the lookout for wordplay. What is wordplay? Wordplay refers to the clever or witty use of words and their meanings, often with the intent to amuse. So oftentimes it's very funny. A pun is a form of wordplay that makes a joke of different possible meanings of a word, or the fact that there are words which sound alike but have different meanings. I want you to make a note of every time you see a pun or wordplay in this section. Open up your books to page 20. We're going to continue where we left off. Freak sighs and rolls his eyes. Ah, yes, he says, television, the opiate of the masses. For about the 11th time, I go, huh? Opiate, a drug, he says. Massive means large and heavy. Thus, television is the drug of fatheads, opiate of the massives. You don't have a TV? Of course I have a television, he says. How else can I watch Star Trek? Matter of fact, I watch tons of Tube, but I also read tons of books, so I can figure out what's true and what's fake, which isn't so easy. Books are like truth serum. If you don't read, you can't figure out what's real. This time I don't say huh, because then I might have to explain how I'm an LD, and reading books is the last thing I want to do. Right after trimming my toenails with a large mower, gargling nails, and eating worms for breakfast. Of course, Freak has probably already guessed I, I'm learning disabled because he had a look around my room and it isn't exactly the public library. I'll lend you some of my books, he says. Cool, I say, like it's what I've been waiting for. Another chance to prove I'm a butthead. Then we both hear it at the same time, this voice calling his name and sounding real worried. The fair Gwen, he says. I gotta beam out of here. I go up and open the bulkhead door, and his mother is in the backyard and she's looking at the little red wagon. She catches sight of me coming up out of the down under, and it's like somebody shot her, like she's scared out of her mind. Kevin, she says, I'm looking for a little boy. Freak is huffing and puffing as he humps himself up the steps, and the fair Gwen grabs Freak and puts him in the wagon, and I swear she almost runs home. Like if she doesn't get away quickly, something really bad is going to happen. Freak is in the wagon and he's trying to look back at me, trying to shrug his shoulders and let me know he doesn't understand what got into the fair Gwen. But I know. It's pretty simple, really. She's scared of me. Wow. All right, so where did you see wordplay? I want you to just say it. What phrase in there was wordplay? The one that I found was opiate of the massives. And what he's trying to do there is um, he's trying to make an allusion to this quote by this guy named Karl Marx. And he has a very famous quote that says, religion is the opiate of the masses. So while he picked a word that is like the other word. It's meant to be kind of funny. We can also think of when uh, Bud was talking about 20,000 leaks under the sea. Sounds like leagues, and it's kind of funny. We can also look at our excerpt from page 21. Looking at it, this is where he uses hyperbole. So I want you to see where you can find hyperbole in this excerpt. This time I don't say huh because then I might have to explain how I'm an LD. And reading books is the last thing I want to do, right after trimming my toenails with a lawnmower, gargling nails, and eating worms for breakfast. Of course, Freak has probably already guessed I'm a learning disabled because he had a look around my room and it isn't exactly the public library. Where do you see hyperbole? What in there is exaggeration? And then why is he using that hyperbole? Why is he exaggerating that much? When you're done, move on to the exit ticket.